Welcome to Because of My Podcast, where we spotlight the results people are achieving because of their podcast. And now, from the School of Podcasting.com, your host, Dave Jackson.
Jim Harold is the king of paranormal podcast. He is the OG when it comes to paranormal podcasts. This is a guy that does podcasting full time, and you can check him out at jimharold.com. He also does a show called Podlords, where he interviews the royalty of podcasting over at podlords.com. But today, he's not talking about either one of these shows, and listen to the benefits that he's had from his podcast. Take it away, Jim.
You know, I've done different podcasts over the years. Some of them have, quote, caught on, and they are part of my business, and I make money on them. And there have been other shows that haven't caught on as much, but were just cool to do. And some of them I'm no longer doing. But one of the shows that I did maybe 30, 35 episodes of, and I did it for fun, never caught on. Then after I stopped doing it, I've started hearing some very similar podcasts, but it's not a unique idea, was to interview these more mature TV stars from days gone by. And the thing is that in the course of doing that show, it was called The Great TV Podcast, and it's still up there, and I actually am very proud of it. I think there's some very good interviews on it. But, you know, I love classic TV. TV, for me, classic TV is TV from the 60s and 70s. And I would grow up and watch those reruns when I was a kid. Some of the stuff in the 70s and 80s were first run for me. But I did this podcast, and I got to talk to Ed Asner, who Mary Tyler Moore Show. Hello. I got to talk to Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. I got to talk to the late Richard Hatch, who was, I'm blanking, Battlestar Galactica. I mean, I got to talk to Donnie Most from Happy Days. He played Ralph Malph. I got to talk to some people from the Waltons, Judy Norton, who played Mary Ellen, who when I was a little kid, I had this enormous crush on. But the point being, the same thing applies in any of these areas. Now, if I had called up Ed Asner's agent and said, you know, I'd like to talk to Ed Asner for a half hour about his career, I just think it would be cool. Well, that's not going to happen. I've got a podcast. He has a new play coming out. Can I talk to him? Why, certainly. You know, that's the opportunity, and it could be something like that, or it could be something like you said, in an academic specialty, and you can make yourself known. So really the people, I'm probably around the 2,000 episode mark, if you count all my shows together. The people I've gotten to talk to, who I would have never had a chance, just that alone, aside from being my job, has been a great reward. And many of the people are no longer with us. I got to talk to, now she's still with us, but Rod Serling's daughter. I mean, just incredible, incredible people that I would have never had the chance to talk to without a podcast. So, I mean, the opportunity, aside from money, is tremendous.
It is tremendous. And again, check out all things Jim at jimharold.com. That is a clip that we just listened to from the show Podlords. So if you'd like to start a podcast, simply go over to becauseofmypodcast.com/join. And I would love to help you start a podcast so you can start changing your world one download at a time.